Hello, Virgo. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. I haven't been on in a few days and I've missed you. But I've had to straighten out a lot of things. And part of those things was my subscriptions. I was gonna offer subscriptions through one platform for all my channels, but that platform is too delayed. So I'm back on YouTube, and I've decided just to have Virgo with Virgo, Scorpio with Scorpio, and Gemini with Gemini. Make it easy peasy Japanesey. That's what they say. No insults to Japanese people. All right. Like I said, very easy. So again, now if you're interested in shadow healing coaching, $7.99 a month will get you there. And prizes and giveaways, interactive. For those people that want to learn, there's going to be classes on there as well. And though we can't forget about the healing modalities. Once we've gone through trauma, we have to recondition the way that we think, our nervous system, and the body mind connection. There's a lot. People don't realize it. It's not talked about within our society, but we've come to a place within our life that we have to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge that if we have the spirit sovereignty and we're able to create our own heaven on earth, why would we choose to live in certain experiences? Well, a lot of times we don't choose. We unconsciously choose. So these readings are, for those of you that are new to the channel, they're shadow readings. So I don't just look at what your person did do, what they're going to do. Look at why they do, why you're attracting that person into your life, and how to shape shift the energy. Because again, you're the alchemist of your life. That's why the intro, to help you understand. All right. So anything of any importance or relevance you'll find in the description box. If you like the video, smash that like button. Subscribe, damn it. Otherwise, I'll find you. No, I'm only kidding. Like Liam Nelson, I'll find you. He's so funny. That's all that he needs to say from here on out. All right. Nervousness. That's the underlining energy. Now I'm feeling a few things with nervousness already. And I feel like one's with relationship and one's not with a relationship. So it's actually one's within career, one's within money, one's within, and it's possibly for you more so than the relationship, but I feel like you're in separation from a person. Yeah, that's what it is. See, you're putting all your energy into like manifesting. Oh no, you're not going to make this noise. So you're putting in like all your love energy, like that, pouring into like birthing something. And there's nervousness about it. So it could be your finances. It could be, it's just something personal, where somebody's in separation from you and they're not feeling your energy anymore because your energy is over there. Because what makes up your energy? Your thoughts and your emotions. And when you're thinking of that person and there's emotion towards it, they can feel you around. They're not feeling you around. So again, a lot of time has gone by. They see you're not coming back. Hey, someone must be entertaining you, or there's something, is what I'm feeling, this nervousness. And we're going to see why I feel all that. There's always a reason. Let's see what the other underlining energy is. I don't know what it is. Oh, abandonment. Well, I feel like, again, that person ghosted you. And when they ghosted you, you actually put the energy into yourself. The irony is that if you were putting energy into a person that wasn't giving you time, you were abandoning yourself. When you put the energy back into yourself, well, that is how you can actually change the dynamic of a connection that isn't really going anywhere. Because understand, the whole thing is, if they were in separation from you for a while and they weren't available to you, well, they're not looking to really rush back because they have to either change their behavior or at least acknowledge their behavior. They haven't done that. Hi, Henry. So we have to understand what's going on here. Again, because the pride. Didn't I say that? My motherfucker. Like, like again, didn't want to come back because of, hey, I know what I did wrong. One more from this deck. Again, so the hostility, and the hostility is because they actually have feelings, where I don't think this person expected to have feelings, and they certainly didn't expect this dynamic to play out the way that it did, that you were going to put the energy into yourself. No one does that, you know. I mean, this person's used to like triggering people to get them all riled up, and you disconnected and put the energy into yourself, and yeah, that worry now is transferred on to, hey, my finances, like what's going to happen here, is there going to be a, and spirit says you shouldn't be in the energy of fear again. So we need to look at that, and we will look at that later, because again, that energy is going to pull just like imbalances to you. We have to work on confidence, and this person obviously is a reflection of that. And I say that only because, again, they were shady. They were shady. You couldn't trust them. It's like, and which means that you were too close up to the picture. Meaning, you know, when we're so close up to the picture, we don't feel our intuition. Our emotions take over. It's difficult to tell the difference, especially if this is a soul connection where this person felt your energy and you could feel their energy. You know, they're going to manipulate you through those emotions. I actually feel like this person is sitting there trying to deceive a way to come back, believe it or not. I don't know why I feel that way, but they are, again, someone that just is lost. They don't have, I feel like someone that plays all these games, you know, is someone that doesn't really have an identity, isn't really strong within themselves, you know, because otherwise we don't need to play games in our relationships. We don't have time for that. It takes a lot of time and energy to strategize and be deceiving. It's not that easy to do, you know, but this person thinks who they are because they've done it so many times before. So that's telling me that they thought that you were someone that you're not, you know, which is why they're hostile. Look at this, like prickly defenses. This card doesn't even belong in here, but it's like this person can feel that you put up barriers now to protect your heart so that you could grow, you know, and that's why they're irritated, because they never expected you. So it's almost like they can see that you're going to make something happen for yourself. Oh, I don't like this energy. I don't like this energy because I feel like this person can see that you're going to make something happen for yourself. And they're like a little pissed off about it. It's like, because you're protecting yourself again, so that you can create, so you can again move full steam ahead, which means that you leave this person behind, which, you know, you don't just leave, but you leave them in the dust. So that's why it's like you have to be careful with this person. Yeah, because they like to feel as if they're superior. So you can't like show them up. It's like, again, this was a connection that they thought was going to play out a certain way. And being that it's not, is making them hostile, possibly because they're in a situation that they don't like. And we're going to look and see where they are, because that's what makes my intuition go, why? Why all of a sudden? Well, part of it is because you cut your energy off, and that you are pouring into self and you are leaving this person behind, and they see that. But that means that must not be in a good place. Because if we were in a good place, would we be staring at where someone else is? Would we feel hostile to the point that we want to like deceive and kind of come in and throw you off your track? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling. Because this person is nervous because they know that they abandoned you. They know that they didn't treat you well. And again, they didn't want to confront you. They didn't want to do that. And they also know that if you see them, that you're going to confront them, where, you know, almost like this person didn't want you to like call them out because of their pride. And so what's happening is that they're bottling up their hostility, and they're actually lashing out at other people. So they never really thought that they were going to be affected. But again, this person's a troublemaker. And that's what I said I felt. I don't like this energy because it's almost like this person knows that you're going to leave them behind. And because of that, it's like, and they see good things happening for you, and they didn't want to give you anything at the time, you know? And so again, they're dishonest. They were dishonest. They said that they wanted a relationship. They didn't want a relationship. They might have said that they were single. They weren't single. This person just lied. They lie. That's that. They don't even like ever tell the truth. There's someone that's just like deception. It's all about deception and dishonesty, you know, and so that they can, get what they want. You know, it's just it's a tactic. Like they're a smooth operator. That's what it seems like. They come on, maybe real flirty and nice, and they create that illusion. Isolation. So it's like almost like you needed to go into like hermit mode a lot to deal with this person, because that's what Virgos will do. It's like, oh, it's like, because again, they do a lot of things to, emotionally trigger you. It's like, again, to get you to lash out, to get you to, feel a certain way about yourself. And so in order for you to process what was going on, I feel like you had to keep going into isolation to deal with this person, and then understand that with their avoidance and not giving any attention. So after a while, you're like, I just felt really lonely in the relationship, and you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone that like deliberately makes you feel alone. I mean, it's really what it is. And then this person would make it like you could tell that they feel very suffocated in a relationship, and that's because they're not settled within themselves. So it's almost like they feel like they can't breathe in a relationship, and so because of that you feel ignored, and you know that they have assumptions that you're going to act a certain way, and you probably had assumptions that they were going to act a certain way. And that's the problem. This person doesn't communicate. They don't make it comfortable for you to communicate. You have to be comfortable in your relationships. It creates an intimacy problem. It's like they create this whole dynamic, you know, that makes it uncomfortable, which says, by the way, something a lot more about them than it does about you, which makes me want to look at the spiritual cards. I need to know what's going on with this person. Like, what do they want in the connection? Because it's like they're like, aside from is, I feel like they have feelings for you. That's what's blowing my mind. It's like, I have feelings for you, and I feel you leaving me behind. So I'm going to come in and like throw a monkey wrench in whatever it is that you're doing. But I don't see them coming in and like offering anything. And that's what's blowing my mind. It's like, what's the whole point? I'm feeling so many different emotions here with this person. So what's going on? These feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. So I run away from you because of it. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but I judge this situation instead of surrender to it. Too much trauma this person has, too in their ego. I know that this is more than a relationship and that there must be a higher purpose to our connection. I just don't know what it is. I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachments to identity so I can change too. So again, they're watching you on social media. This is why they're starting to get agitated. You don't look upset. You're pouring into yourself. And what they see is you're not upset at all. You're going to leave them behind. That's why they still have feelings for you. But this situation is forcing them to be very uncomfortable, because what you're saying with your silence is, look at it. Look how you treated me, without saying it. And this person like has to do something, and they have deep feelings and they feel vulnerable, and they which again, they need healing because it's making them feel very uncomfortable. They want to run away. They want to run away from it. And relationships will do that. Understand that. Relationships are always going to do that. So, again, when the conversations are light and playful, it eases the tension that is there sometimes when you guys talk, because this person does things to get in their own way. And I think what the universe is trying to say, what everyone is experiencing, and what you guys are experiencing, is you're both a part of this universal clearing that's happening now, meaning as we evolve into higher states of consciousness and purge out the, like, I mean, everything that you see that's out of balance within the world, um, try to purge out anyway. Like, that's the clearing. And so, again, spirits brought this connection together again for healing right now, is what the universe is saying, more than a relationship, because of how this person is acting. They're fighting themselves every step of the way. They have feelings. They don't want to be vulnerable. They didn't treat you right. They'd have to come back and treat you differently and take responsibility because you're silenced. They're watching you on social media. What they're saying is, oh, you're leaving me behind. You're leaving me in the dust. It's creating a lot of emotional turbulence for this person. So again, they have different issues. Yeah, I am a Virgo. And hello, everyone that's on, Henry and Heidi and everybody else. Okay, so there are messages being exchanged through music and movies. So again, subconsciously, this person, I do believe, is, they don't want to think about you, and they can't help but to think about you. It's like, and it's just because they don't want to think about you. You lead them to their healing, and they don't want to. Because understand, what does unconditional love mean? Unconditional love, we have that for people. That's what a soulmate, that's the energy that you recognize, why that person feels like home in the beginning. Even when they're toxic, we can feel that. Obviously, we wouldn't in the beginning. We don't see everything in the beginning. So, you know, that unconditional love makes people surrender their ego. And what we're noticing is that this person is like they're fighting that. They don't want to surrender their ego because, again, that's going to lead them to their shadows. That's going to lead them to, hey, all the behaviorisms that they've done that made their life be what it is. And so right now we see that they have relationship blocks clearly within this connection because they're not treating this connection properly. And so again, they're stuck. It's like they're stuck. It's like, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to be vulnerable, but I can't help it, and I'm stalking you. So again, my mind, I'm trying not to think about you, but if you're stalking, and the fact that you're so silent makes this person obsessed with you, because again, it's triggering their abandonment, their issues, which is, by the way, what they were trying to make happen for you. So that's the irony. It's like whatever they were trying to do to you, they actually did it to themselves. So they shot themselves in the foot. So it's like, again, it boomeranged, and that's why. So at this point, it's like the whole point. The whole point is that spirit says, well, this person has been giving their energy away and power to like people in their life, and they need to create boundaries. And they're beginning to understand, they're beginning to focus on their mission, and they feel like that mission has something to do with you. So it's like, it's almost like this person is like, whatever you're doing that they're watching you do, like, I think it's also triggering them because it's like they like whatever you're doing. They want a piece of it. They want to be a part of it again, and they feel it leaving them behind. So they're not happy where they are. This person wouldn't, because again, you wouldn't have all these relationship issues if you were strong within yourself. So again, there's a sense that you are strong within yourself. And that's why this person is, again, watching, and I don't like their energy. And I don't like their energy because they're like, hey, I want to either ruin you or be a part of it. And a person like that definitely has a second chakra in balance, which it's all about control, dominance, and that's why I don't, because of the chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry, and that's passion. Again, second chakra imbalance, like again, control. And yeah, like he's a douchebag. Like, like if he's like this person would be like, because of their trauma. They want it one way. They want it again. They want it. They're selfish. So who the hell wouldn't be selfish? It's all about them. They haven't once looked about how they treated you. And so, and again, that's what the issue's been. So again, I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fear so I can come back to you. So it's like this person is being forced to surrender their ego. But understand, I still don't like their energy, because for them to, in order to surrender their ego, they're looking at what you have, what you're doing, and how they can kind of benefit from it, is what I feel. And I say that because second chakra imbalance means intimacy issues, trust issues, balance issues. Again, they're them either giving too much, not enough, creating drama, again, living their trauma and not themselves. The second chakra is all about creating ourselves. And here it is, that's what you're doing. So again, it's like inspiring this person. They like it, they're excited, but they're also jealous by it. So there's too many feelings and emotions that this person has, because and they haven't healed themselves. So that's why I don't like this energy. I mean, so I daydream about you. Sometimes it's sexual, other times I visualize our future together. But again, and I'm not saying that they don't do that. But again, that's still not giving time in the physical realm of them actually grounding and giving you the time and show and creating experiences. And that's what this person doesn't get. You're not going to be who they fantasize. When we fantasize, very rarely are we saying, well, you know what? I went out to coffee with my person that I fantasized with. And you know what? We had this long conversation about our childhood and about the places. No, usually it's fantasizing that you're in bed with the person. That's as far as it goes. And maybe again, oh, well, I visualize that they have this job. Don't know anything about the job, but again, they get all this attention. They get and then they come home and then they make dinner for me. Like it's again, it's not real. It's edited, and it's edited within their brain of experiences. And that's what happens when a person has intimacy issues. They want you to become who they want you to become. They want to utilize you for what they want to utilize you for. And there's a lack of this emotional connection. It's not a deep connection. You don't feel as if you have that support. That's what it feels like. And it's not because this person doesn't have feelings, but their ego. I'm not gonna give in. Again, I care about you even when I act like I don't. I'm hiding my true feelings because I feel vulnerable. This is what I'm talking about. That. So imagine, you know, and I'll answer everybody's questions after the stream. All right. So again, I'm triggered and old patterns have surfaced and it hurts, obviously. So it's like, you're hurting me. I'm going to hurt you by what I do. And it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, hurt people, and why the strategy and why this person, again, now they have anxiety because, hey, it didn't work what they were planning, what they did. It all backfired. So, this person hates to be accountable. Like I said, I just feel like they just hate to be accountable. And there's someone that, they're trying to understand their thoughts to create their reality. They understand that they're the one, like that they do things. They don't know how. They're trying to figure it out. They're seeing signs and synchronicities. So the universe is actually trying to get this person to like notice. But this person is still a little bit in their ego. Please contact me. I may not respond, but knowing you care opens my heart. So again, it's about you going to them. And that's how you know that they haven't surrendered their ego, and but they do have this connection, because sometimes when they're talking, things just come out, and then they're like annoyed that they said them, and this, like, on a spiritual level, spirits saying, like, it's all about remembering that you both are gods and goddesses, and to work to embody that energy, because clearly what you're seeing is, what the fuck is this energy? And spirit says they don't know who they are. It's like they're living from their trauma. It's like, and that's what it looks like when a person hasn't healed. That's what is fragmentation. It's like they're going to get in their own way all the time. They are in their old patterns but can't see it. So again, they see it and then they don't see it, because we already pulled that. Well, that it hurts, it's coming out, like you're making me angry, you're making me, because you're forcing them, because you said, you know what, I'm not playing your game. I'm not playing. You want to play whatever fucking game you want to play, you're going to play it by yourself. I'm going to put the energy into myself. This person's like, that wasn't on the menu. That wasn't supposed to be like what you did. Like, what? I don't believe it. And so again, that this person has done this game a lot of times and it's worked. Didn't work on you. They didn't ever thought that they were going to have feelings. Now they're in their feelings and you don't care. You're going to leave them behind. So of course they're pissed off, but they have love for you. So it's, again, this is not safe energy. It's, again, I don't care how much of a connection or how they come to you. It's not. Remember, you got to keep the eye on the prize. Don't abandon yourself. It's, again, because guess what? If they make you lose whatever it is, they wouldn't be interested in you. Again, this energy loves your energy, but they can't handle it. So they would do everything to take it from you and ruin it, is what we see here. It's like, because they're fighting it. People don't fight it. It's like a second chakra imbalance is this person. They don't have an identity. You're having an identity. You're creating yourself. You're take your power back. You cut your energy from this person. That's not the way things go down for this person. You showed them a side of themselves that they don't like, and that put them in their patterns. It put them in their triggers. It put them in their wounds, and that's flipping them out. So again, do they have feelings? Yes, but it can't be clouded by everything else. You have to love yourself more. Otherwise, if you abandon yourself, this person won't stay with you. I guarantee it. It's like, it's a spiritual karmic test. Be careful. We have to look at your inner child wounds to be like, well, why did you attract this person into your life? And then we will look anyway, because I'm like, oh, I forgot to look and see what this person's going to do. And Spirit says it's not really important, but it is important, because inquiring minds want to know. So we will look, but we will also look at the inner child wound, because say, why did you attract this person into your life? Again, misunderstood, frustration, hope, protection, disassociated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, one more for good measure. Naive. All right. So first and foremost, we look and see you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. That doesn't mean that you deserve this person to come into your life. What it means is when you were a kid, you didn't feel safe. Someone was around you that didn't make you feel safe. And it could be, well, my mother was like just mean, or, my father wasn't my real father, or it could be anything, but again, that protection when we're a child. It's like, that's our connection to the physical world, and all physical elements of the world. But if our root chakra is off, then all our energy is off. So I do believe that, that trauma created disassociation, detachment. So it's like, do you remember it? Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember a lot. It's fragmented. You know what I mean? Obviously I know something happened. I just don't remember what it was. And so Spirit's saying, well, you remember the frustration of it, like, again, of not feeling safe. It's again, if everything is well, I have to make sure that mom's in a good mood or dad's in a good mood before I ask or before I, then you're what you're doing is it's like you're not coming from your true self. You're being conditioned to make sure that your environment is safe for you to be in, instead of making sure that you are strong, and that's because children aren't taught that, hey, we can't change the environment, we have to change ourselves. And so getting a better connection to the physical body, the physical world, understand disassociation is what happens when we don't feel comfortable emotionally around someone, when we feel like that threat. And so, hey, that helped you survive, but now spirit says, hey, it'll block you. So presence is important again, because only in the now do you get divine guidance. So being in your body is really important because we can't be in our head. We have to actually be in our body to feel that gut, to acknowledge what's happening, is what spirit says. Because otherwise you're just naive, where you're trusting everyone, even though you grew up in an environment that wasn't safe. So you might be like, but I have trust issues. But spirit said, but you gave too much, as if, if I'm nice and if I act a certain way, then you're going to be nice, which probably happened in childhood, where spirit says that's not the way that it works now. It's again because what you're teaching that person is, first of all, that you're coming across misunderstood, like no one's understanding you, like what, it's almost like you're overgiving. And so if you overgive to someone and not to yourself, what you're doing is you're teaching that person that they're more important than you are, and you're not showing them how to treat you. Now understand, people at that moment have the opportunity to be like, you know what, you asked for too much, screw you, bye. But you would weed them out. You would have been able to see, hey, this person isn't balanced, they're full of crap, I'm not going to invest my energy there, unless you didn't have anything else going on in your life. You're like, well, I know that it's a red flag, but I haven't dated anyone in forever and there's nothing else going on in my life. Then spirit says, well, then you better get something going on in your life, because that's the second chakra in balance. It's a birthing center. It's the passion center. It's the we can go with the flow of life center. It's our emotional center. And spirit saying you have to, like, create yourself. You have to fill your own cup up. It's like, understand you are going to be misunderstood. People are going to not see you for the way that who you truly are, where you're like, I'm a nice person, but I'm not a dummy. And I do care about myself. It's like, I was just trying to treat you the way I wanted to be treated. And spirit says, no, treat yourself the way you want to be treated. And because you already know that you're going to treat that person nicely. But if you're treating yourself nicely, and then you're creating boundaries and you're teaching that person without telling them, hey, this is what you need to do. Because once you have to do that, it means that you taught them different, you know. Otherwise, the relationship wouldn't go any further. The person would say, you're asking for too much. And they would show who they were right away. You weed them out. Spirit said that didn't happen. You were too naive. So again, you stayed in a connection that like just kept you frustrated, you know, and like hope that that person changes when they're showing you that they're not going to change. And you're acting like, well, I don't understand why they're not changing. And spirit says, because you need to change. You need to change. And you're like, well, I can't change. How am I going to change? I didn't do anything wrong. And spirit says, not that way. It's like, it's not that way. You have to change inside of you. It's again where we will look and see at the end. We're doing this reading kind of half-assed because, like I said, inquiring minds still want to know whether or not this person's going to come back. However, like, we need to understand how to transmute this negative energy, because again, this person, spirit's saying it was right there. It's like, so again, you had to change yourself. And that's by taking the energy and becoming something or doing something with it, even if it's just meditating, something, Spirit's saying. Again, where live authentically, boldly, unafraid to be yourself, live out loud. Spirit says, "King, you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So be true to you." Again, where don't apologize. It's like a person wouldn't have been able to handle you. You would have been too much. Really, because they like that, but they can't handle it. And they see what you're creating because of it. So again, not today, Alice. You don't get to come into my life and ruin it, just because you're not happy. Or Bobby or whoever the fuck you are. It's like you're not allowed to do that today, tomorrow, or any day. I'm going to use my voice too. It's again where I'm not afraid to tell you. I'm going to set boundaries. You're not going to like it either. But again, this is about loving myself. Spirit says boundaries, because guess what? The person's still going to have feelings for you. They're just not going to like that. And how do you train a person? Like a child? No, you're not getting candy before you eat dinner. We're not doing that. It's like, well, why not? I want to. We're not going to eat. It's not happening. The baby gets mad, the child gets mad, but do they come around eventually? Yes. It's like, I don't like that answer. Well, guess what? It's like, I don't need to compromise myself for you. I don't need to. And it's not to go back to this person, but what you'll see is you won't be able to get rid of this person by being true to yourself, because this person has feelings. They just don't want to surrender their ego. They need a good bitch slap. Like, be like, I see what you're doing, and just, you don't become yourself. Like, this person needs a friend, like, more than they need a relationship, someone to put them on the track. And Spirit says, but it's about you utilizing your voice. Tell this person, because they don't know. Beyond the illusion, discern the truth. That fear obscures and see the reality. Pull back the curtain. So again, the reality is that this person has feelings, but they're very spiritually off. And they need to be taught. And that's for whatever they went through. It's not your problem. But you can tell this person, like, again, how dare you treat me a certain way? And, if you even want to be my friend, look at me sideways or whatever, you need to, like, treat me a certain way or not. But Spirit says you have to say, again, whatever, take a hike, or hey, like, I'll be your friend, or hey, like, whatever it is, but you need closure is what Spirit's saying. It's like, which is why. And this person needs the closure too. And they know that the part of that karma, it could be go take a hike, and that's what they're afraid of, is what Spirit's saying. And they would deserve it. That's why they have a lot of anxiety, because you put them in a situation of, hey, if you ever want to hear from, get any closure at all, you're the one that's going to come to me, because I don't care. Because guess what? I don't need your closure. Your disrespect, your assholeology, whatever you did, it's again showed me exactly who you are. It's again, that was my closure. It's like, so this person would have to come to you, and that puts them in a very, like, uncomfortable position, But Spirit saying they'd have to do a transformation. This is for you. This situation was for you to see who you are, what you're deserving of. Again, someone that disrespects you, you tell them. This person actually will be so affected by it because they have so many emotions that they don't even know how to process them. It's like, that's why they feel mad, and that really no one can take what's yours. No one can ruin you, that you're powerful and you can set boundaries. And that's actually what needs to happen here for your healing. So again, when they come back, but Spirit always says, remember, the person's wounded. So again, try to be compassionate. Try to be, even though they might not deserve it. It's like what Spirit's saying, because it's all about, like, when someone gives you the opportunity to give them forgiveness, the universe always looks. They're like, how did Mary Lou handle that? with, like, it's like, well, they didn't handle it very graciously. They told, Mary Ann to go shit in her hat and pull it over her ears. And, it wasn't very good. And then the universe says, well, that's not good. It's like, because again, so there's consequences for you. So it's about, how are you going to handle this? How are you going to, like, this is your closure. Because how you handle it inevitably is how you'll be left feeling, because this person, you did care at one time. It's not like you didn't. You actually thought at one time that this could work out. And so that's where the pain comes from. That's where this person is like in shock, because they're watching you move away. You're telling them, listen, this is what's happening. Enough of your bullshit. I've had it. This person can feel it, they can see it, and they know exactly why. And the spirit's saying, well, it's their karma. And it's not just the karma that they created with you, it's with every other person that they played this fucking game with, and it worked. The universe says, I don't come in for every little petty thing. The person saves up a lot of negative karma reward points, just like you can get a lot of good karma reward points when you handle, like, again, forgiveness properly and the other spiritual tests properly. But this person, I waited for them to rack up a lot, and now they're gonna, they're gonna pay, the universe says, because I always collect my due and I match that energy of whatever they gave out. And if I feel, that they were really bad, I put a little extra on there, that karma. So of course this person is watching you right now, and part of their loss is that they lose you. That's what the universe says. So it's like, it's their fault. It's like, but they're gonna learn. The universe says, I will restore back to unconditional love, because that's the energy that you really truly are, all of you. That's our connection to each other. That's what gives us our spiritual sovereignty. It's, again, what makes us not separate from our creator, because our creator is omnipotent and omniscience and omnipresent. And that means is everywhere, including inside of us, and gives us the power. And spirit says, this person just brought out the fragmented wounds from your childhood. That's all that they did. And there again, and you were the last person that actually tipped the scale. You're the one that got away, and who's actually handing them their karma bill. Like, oh, by the way, here you are. Here's your tab that you collected. Bye. I'll be over here creating my life. And this person, that's why they're mad. And Spirit says, yeah, and it was all about you learning what unconditional love was about. It's like, yeah, this person was a jerk, but guess what? There was unconditional love, even regardless that they're a jerk, because we can't control that. You recognize that. But this was about you returning back to your original energy of unconditional love. So that means that your heart is free from resentment towards others. Very hard with this energy. And that you have to open the eyes of your heart and discover the light and the beauty in every being, even that person. And that you're aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people, that person. And that you see the pure child in everyone, and you practice forgiveness. Couldn't have gotten a better card. Could not have gotten a better card for the ending. That spirit says you needed to learn forgiveness. Like somebody that did you wrong at one point. And understand that's a big one for every single religion. It's in every single religion, and they talk about it. Every single person talks about it because it's hard. Spirit says, if it was the guy down the block that you don't care about, you'd be like, you wouldn't care. It's always going to be someone that you really care about, that you love, that should have treated you the right way. That makes us have to learn what forgiveness is. It's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson. But if we want to be forgiven, we have to forgive. We have to become the energy that we actually want to receive and obtain within our life. So the easiest way to get there is just to become the energy of love. All right. Thank you for joining me. If you liked the video, don't forget to to like, share, subscribe, and check out my subscriptions now just purely in YouTube. That's it. I got rid of all other things. I was trying to get all my platforms to be in one place. So, because I have a Scorpio channel, I have a Virgo channel, I have a Gemini channel, and an all zodiac channel. And, but the platform, it wasn't working. Like they like, I think it was, there was too many problems to the point that the inside part of the platform, they're having problems with some of the people. And I said, I can't wait any longer. So I switched back to YouTube just so that you guys know. And so my shadow healing coaching program is great if you want to heal the effects of trauma. It's, you're not just getting live streams, you're getting classes, you're getting healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma, which is really important. Like I said, when we grew up with a narcissist, I know I grew up with a narcissist, so I didn't breathe most of my time, and I was very reactionary. I was triggered very easily because I grew up in survival mode. So what happens is that your digestion doesn't work, you have cortisol, you have all these other problems that manifest later on. So you can actually heal. And I feel like healing in a group setting is always the best way. And the reason why is because we went through trauma by ourselves. We don't want to go through trauma, to the healing process. We want to be around people that identify like with what we went through. We want to be able to share it. We want to be able to talk about it. We want to be able to work through it in a safe space. And that's why I created it, because guess what? When I went through such severe trauma where my mother tried to kill me several times, I told everybody, I told the neighborhood, literally, I wanted to be saved. I wanted to be loved. And you know what? People would meet me and they'd say, I don't want to hear about your mother. I don't, that's how they would greet me. They would say that they didn't want to hear it. They knew what was happening and they said, I don't want to hear it. So the message to me was, you're not important. I don't want to hear your issue, like with whatever, you're bringing me down. That creates a lot of trauma, because then what's happening is that parent or that person, that boyfriend, that friend, whoever's doing it is going to create the scenario to make you look bad on top of it. So what winds up happening is we wind up isolating, and isolation is not a good thing to do when you have gone through psychological and emotional trauma. You need emotional rescue. 911, 911. Well, here we are. 911, 911. I'm ruminating. Because understand this is how addictions, are formed. A lot of times we get in balance. I feel inadequate. I feel like there's something wrong. Oh, fuck it. I don't care. I'll eat that cake. I'll drink that bottle. I don't care. And so again, we do harm to ourselves. So it's a safe space. And I just wanted to put that out there to you guys because I know firsthand. I'm not just the president, I'm a member, literally. All right, let me read these comments. Hey, Henry, and by the way, are you? Yes, I am a Virgo. I'm a Virgo with a lot of Scorpio in my chart, but I am a Virgo. I did everything in the relationship. She was, yeah, see, like it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. It's like, but that's how you know when you wind up doing everything in the relationship, you're abandoning yourself because you can feel when you're like, like I've been doing everything in the relationship and like, oh, I can't, this person knows that I work late and they didn't have dinner. I know that I would have dinner. I know that I would do this. So your intuition did tell you certain, but you never changed, and that's the thing because of, well, I can't change because if I change, then that person's going to leave me. We're really spirits. And guess what? If you don't do it, they're going to leave you. And that's, or they'll cheat on you and they'll just use you for what you have and what you can do for them. So again, respect And because what you'll see a lot of times is the person really they'll bend, and a lot of times they will, because they'll be like, I like you. It depends on how fast you do it, though. If you're in a relationship with someone for years and years and you try and do it, then it's not going to work. If you're in a relationship with someone for a few months and they do it and then you change, well, again, you have to stick to it. It's like, because it's about respect. It's not about attraction. The person already is attracted to you. It's not about you being nice. You already are nice. That person knows that. It's about respect. And that happens by demanding it, not talking about it. And so that means I remove my energy. And emotionally, I am okay because I am over here in another passion of mine. In my brain is busy. I'm connected to other people doing whatever I'm doing. That again, finding my tribe. I'm living boldly out loud, not afraid to be myself. So I'm connected to people that are doing the same. And that emotionally is, you know, makes you emotionally strong. So that person can throw a temper tantrum. They can not talk to you. They can play all these games, because believe me, they will. But what you're doing is you're saying it doesn't matter, because I don't get my emotional fulfillment from you. I, again, know how to do that for myself. And if you're going to be in my life, you better know how to do it for yourself. And what you're telling me is you don't know how to do it for yourself. And I'm not going into any codependent relationship, darling. And if you need to emotionally manipulate me, well, by playing this game, well, then I'm not playing. Just like what this person did. I'm going to put the energy into myself. That made this person's head spin around like the exorcist. They don't know what to do, because hey, they're stuck. They're just stuck between a shit and a fart, literally. Like they don't know what they can do. That's so gross, but it's the whole truth. They don't know what to do. They're stuck. And it's like, and that's where you put them. You put them there because that's where they deserve to be. It's like, you want to make me feel bad? You want to make me feel inadequate? You want to ignore me? All right, well, this is how it's going to be. You're playing by yourself. Enjoy. It's like that person's going to get everything that they are. Well, I'm glad. Well, I am on YouTube too. That's where this coaching program will be. A lot of Virgos have because we internalize. Virgos internalize. And it's again that we're very detail oriented. We notice. So we're gonna walk in some place and something's out of line. We can't help it. It's like, oh, that's off, or it's like we just can tell, like the first second, and where most people don't. And we internalize, and we're actually the most fair. But people get intimidated by us because, hey, we're really going to look things over. We're really going to notice everything. So if you're trying to get over, well, you're not going to like us. And we like things a certain way. It's like, and we can feel when they're off. And that's, like I said, so Virgos tend to be the squeaky wheel, but the squeaky wheels they're the healers. They're the fixers of society. That we're supposed to be that way. So we have to be with a stronger person that can say, all right, Martha, I didn't fold the napkin the way that you liked it. It's not the biggest thing in the world. I'll learn how to do it for you, but someone that maybe makes us laugh, someone that maybe makes us like lighten up a little bit, because we can be very like, hey, I like it a certain way, and it needs to be that way. And so where the person is gonna like love us for who we are, again, as the fixer and the healer, but that also brings a little bit of laughter and can emotionally support us, in the way that we need, because Virgos need it. Because we are perfectionists, and people tend to think, oh, you don't need it. You do it for everyone else, where we do need it. And so we have to do it for ourselves first. And then what happens is we excel in where we're putting our energy. And that draws to us a person that matches our energy, that's not going to be intimidated. That's going to say, okay, Martha, you're a fucking napkin. Like, we're going to argue about your napkin, that I took out the pink one instead of the blue one, and that it needed to be folded a certain way, and that it needed, like, okay, like, and purposely does it, like, half-assed, whatever. That's like, again, but doesn't care, because it's like, you do you, boo. Like, you want to sit there and fold it like that for 10 hours. It's like, and it's someone that gets us to balance our energy out, not someone that's going to trigger us. And that's what that is. It's like, because that person doesn't want to surrender their ego, but there were signs, and you're intuitive and you ignored them. And spirit said that when you broke the spirit law, don't abandon yourself. You abandon yourself, whoever's in your life, whatever you're doing, well, guess what? It won't work out, because when you abandon yourself, you abandon me. That's what spirit says. And you can't do that. It's like, gave you free will, but you're not allowed to do that. So again, I couldn't bring anything uncomfortable or threatening to my mother. Yeah, well, it's again, so Heidi, you will always attract a person like that, because again, that's the feeling. So that you have to, make sure that you're going to meet a person that emotionally can sustain you, like, in that. And that doesn't mean that you're needy. It just means you want someone to be there. And that means you got to do it for yourself. It's like, join a holistic community. It's like, and not just on YouTube. It's like, you'll meet other people. Relationships are something that happens over time. Trust is something that happens over time. And when a Virgo feels safe, again, and that's that second chakra, that trust, well, then we don't have digestion problems. We have digestion problems because, again, we get rattled by people, because again, we can intimidate them. We like things a certain way. We hold to a certain standard. Where the Virgo, Virgo is someone that, hello, like, we just are, it's things that are certain, like, to be done a certain way, where if it's going to be done right, if it's going to be done, and they usually are very confident. However, other people are not confident, and then our confidence triggers their confidence. So spirit says, yeah, which means that you need to work on getting stronger within yourself. And that would happen by creating yourself. Then you won't attract the people that, again, are that way, because you feel a little inadequate in that area of, well, when it comes to people, like, again, sometimes they take me the wrong way. I'm misunderstood, when really I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. And then spirit says, yeah, so it's about creating yourself and not giving a shit what anyone thinks, because then you'll attract the right tribe, because you're not supposed to get along with everyone. You're only supposed to attract your tribe. We always shoot for excellence, spirit says, because God says, only I'm perfect. You shoot for excellence, and you'll connect with your tribe, and life will unfold the way that it's supposed to. It's like, not trying to, like, compromise to have the relationship work, which is what you did with your mother, which a lot of people did with their family and other relationships, and tried to do it in this relationship. And this was about, you finally got exhausted and said, I can't do this. I'm putting it into myself, which is why this person's having a shit fit, which is spirit says, bravo. Now this person can eat their karma, which is what I wanted. And you get to cash in your karma rewards points that have been, gaining a lot of momentum here. So you're going to be walking into a great life. And that's what this person fears. And that's, again, that's their karma. So the universe is also saying, and that's what you get to this person. You don't just stay in your shit energy. You lost everything, including this person. I'm going to leave that there. Don't forget to like the video. I love you guys, Virgo, and I will talk to you later. Bye.